What's going on, everyone? My name is Max. I'm a communication skills coach. What I do on this channel is I look at all different types of people's communication skills. And today, we're checking out Elizabeth Olsen. I'm not really familiar with her, so this will be like a real first glimpse into her personality and her communication skills. I look forward to diving in. Let's check this out.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Olsen, and this is my Wired Autocomplete Interview. Where is Elizabeth Olsen? God. From? That's a lot nicer than where is Elizabeth Olsen? Los Angeles. Where did Elizabeth Olsen go to college? NYU. And I graduated. 5.5 years.
I'm getting a very confident vibe from her right away. We talk about confidence on this channel, what makes someone appear to be confident. First of all, her introductory statement, looking directly at the camera, she seemed very engaged with the camera, didn't seem to look away, and even after she did a minor stumble,
Autocomplete Interview.
she stayed very composed and followed through with the rest of her message. She has almost a calming tone. It makes you feel like she's certain in what she's saying.
February 16th, 1989. When did Elizabeth Olsen start acting? That's a bigger question because I think my first professional job was when I was really young.
It's interesting, the way Elizabeth is answering these questions is pretty matter of fact, and although she's being direct, she is throwing some playfulness into her responses.
1989.
But again, the overall sort of impression that I get from her, I'm watching her, I'm listening to her, is she's very confident. Like, I can actually see her being an intimidating presence in a way because she's giving me the impression that she doesn't take any shit.
Netflix t-shirt because I'm a big fan of his and I don't know him. I took a picture with him at the Indie Spirit Awards. He's a little dream of a human. How tall is Elizabeth Olsen in foot? How tall is Elizabeth Olsen in foot? I know what they were trying to say.
So she's got a very, very low-key sarcasm, it feels like, too.
How tall is Elizabeth Olsen in foot?
She seems quite deadpan, but because she seems like someone who's very sharp and witty, it's almost like at times, even in this interview, her sarcasm could go undetected. It's just not as obvious. It's subtle. It almost like doesn't register on your radar.
How is Elizabeth Olsen? I'm great. Thanks for asking Google. Is Elizabeth Olsen Scarlet Witch? That's more of a meta question, I guess.
She does come across as pretty straightforward, pretty direct, very confident. She's got these like little throwaway funny one-liners at the end of some of her answers.
Thanks for asking Google.
I think she's well aware of how to lighten the mood. And perhaps that's something she's aware of from her own personality, like, hey, I don't want to come across as too direct here, just in case they didn't get my subtle sarcasm, or just in case people thought I was a little too direct, I'm going to throw in a little bit of humor.
How is Elizabeth Olsen? I'm great. Thanks for asking Google. Is Elizabeth Olsen left-handed? No, but thank you for thinking I'm one of those gifted, more creative people. Is Elizabeth Olsen Swedish? No, but again, thank you. Again, does Elizabeth Olsen dance? Yes.
First, like, genuine laugh from her, I think, in this video.
Does Elizabeth Olsen have an accent? I guess it depends on where you're from. I think we all have accents.
She also does seem like the type of person who is like a boss. You know what I mean? You can kind of see her being the CEO of a company. Isn't it amazing how someone carries themselves, how that can impact how we perceive them? Like, just by watching this short interview, I look at Elizabeth Olsen as this really confident, sharp person. And a lot of that has to do with her tone and her body language. So it's not even really what she says, but it's more how she says it and how she carries herself.
Does Elizabeth Olsen have Twitter? Nope. Does Elizabeth Olsen sing and I Saw the Light? I do. It's my beautiful shrill voice.
I think also her responses, most of them sort of have an ounce of sarcasm attached to them.
I think we all have accents.
That is also giving me the impression that you can't really mess with her, in the sense that you can't really trick her, you can't really make her look foolish. Perhaps that's a little bit of a wall on her part, I'm not sure. But either way, you kind of get the impression that like she's on top of everything.
Does Elizabeth Olsen sing in I Saw the Light? I do.
She does have a short fuse for stupidity, for a lack of a better word. She sort of holds her audience to a higher standard of wit and intellect. And I think part of that is her like almost dismissing anything that comes across as inane or silly and sort of addressing it in a way that is clearly sarcastic.
What blank superheroes Elizabeth Olsen? Scarlet Witch, but I just figured out we never say Scarlet Witch, I don't think, in the franchise. So I guess I'm Wanda. What?
I think she comes across as a very strong woman who can either really empower other people, but I can also see her intimidating some people as well.
Elizabeth Olsen play in Harmon Quest. Can't remember, but that was fun. That's a fun game, but I'm amazed that that's even on this list. Like, how many people actually watch Harmon Quest? What college Elizabeth Olsen go to? I think I answered this, NYU. But I'm glad people are asking in multiple different forms. What does Elizabeth Olsen do?
She's good, man. She's funny, very quick-witted. So again, she's kind of being direct there. But then I think she might have caught herself. She's like,
I think I answered this, NYU. But I'm glad people are asking in multiple different forms.
am I being too direct? Am I being too harsh? Because I think that's who she is. Not harsh, but she's a straightforward person. She's just direct. I can totally appreciate that.
I think I answered this, NYU.
Perhaps she caught herself there and she said, oh, I thought I already answered that. Oh, and then she said, okay, I'm going to soften up this answer by saying, but I appreciate how you asked in a different format.
But I'm glad people are asking in multiple different forms.
Right? I think that was her way of softening up the answer and being more lighthearted with the audience. So I wonder if there's, a self-awareness there to Elizabeth.
What does Elizabeth Olsen do? What do I do? I cook. I work. I don't make people laugh for a living. This has been my Wired Autocomplete Interview.
She's different. She comes off as very, very strong-willed, very sure of herself, not to be messed with, I'm certainly intrigued by her. Guys, as always, if you want to watch my uncut reaction and analysis, all you need to do is go to my Patreon page. I've included the link in my description below. Other than that, my name is Max. I will catch you soon. Peace.